Bryant and All Sports Media presents Around the Region, the sports show. And I think for once I finally did not say the fall sports show. So I'm getting good at that. But before we get started, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
I want to thank all the viewers that's already, numbers are shot up pretty high right now. So thank you again for everybody that's tuned in to us on a lovely Sunday afternoon. You know, folks, you'd much rather be watching us here instead of watching all that football that's on today, but, watch us. You can always get the scores later. So we're much better than NFL football. But that being said, Ryan, how you doing?
All right, doing pretty good. Tried to put something up from Friday night's 2 weeks Friday night football game that I meant to show last week and forgot to put it up. But, no, maybe it was just Friday. I don't know. I lose track of days sometimes.
And here is Edward.
And Edward but before the show, I meant to go in the fridge and get my Mountain Dew. I left it in the fridge, so I have nothing to drink with me.
You know, when Edward enters the building, I think we should say, Edward Hall, and what dang are you thirsty? You need anything else to drink?
Well, I was just making sure I stay quenched.
Okay. I just got a simple cup of coffee, simple man with a simple coffee. That's all I am.
I get drink a Mountain Dew.
But Edward, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. You have to go to see if I can pronounce all this in one time setting. The Williamsburg Trading Days Invitational cross country meet up there at Whitley County Fairgrounds, and a little bit of rain weather caused them to have to, mix some of the classes to make it move a little bit quicker. But it was fun.
So did you go down there to Old Pasture Trading Days?
I went down there to the Whitley County Fairgrounds to cover cross country. I didn't go to nothing else.
You didn't go downtown to the Old Pasture Trading Days?
No, I went and watched some very intense competition in running, Mark.
Right? I'm telling you, Edward, we can't teach him. Edward, you don't know what you missed. You got to go down there. You got to eat some of that food, get some of that lemonade, get some of that concession stuff, all the go-karts there, the walking tacos, and just the food, and more food. You got to love old-fashioned trade days.
I love eating
Well, the crazy thing was, these kids started their race clean, a little wet due to the rain. But by the time they made it around to where I was at to take the second set of pictures that I was doing, for some reason they got a little muddy out there. I wouldn't think the rain would have had nothing to do with that.
Well, it's probably playing in the rain. Who knows? But but you missed it though. Edward. Next time when Old Fashioned Trade Days is in, you need to go check it out. You'd have a good time there. But with that being said, again, let's go in here. Let's speak about our sponsors, and then we got a big announcement about one of our sponsors. Let's go ahead and start with Bryant Family Medicine, and again, that time of year, Edward was standing in the rain all day, and he's probably going to get the sniffles. And again, if you get the sniffles, the people to go and see right there. The group right there. Oh, Ryan's already coughing. I'm telling you,
It's been all
Ryan's
day.
coughing. Edward must have just a completely dried out throat, or he wouldn't be drinking 15 bottles of whatever he's drinking there. So, you know, so you both know where to go to. If you're feeling bad, go in there. They'll hook you up. You'll come out there feeling like a new man, or a new woman, either or. And they're definitely the people to go and see, especially if you're under the weather, and just a family environment in there, and just definitely the place to go. I've trusted with my family for many years, and I'd ask for all you to trust them with yours too, and just really great people there. And then our second sponsor, Heather Martinez, said this young lady again. She was one that approached us, and you see that little, I guess they call it a scan QR code bar or something like that. I can't hardly keep up with the times, but I guess you hold your phone on there and you scan that, and it takes you directly to her page, and just go over there and like and share her page. Go over there, like and share, look at the stuff that she's doing, and just I'm telling you, if you're in the market for buying or selling, Ryan, I know you're getting close to that. You're in that market buying and selling. You know who to go to.
Yeah, and I'll bring it up. Folks, I mean, she's wonderful. We've had her on our show several times. I mean, she knows her stuff. Please help her out and go her page. Go and like it. I mean, you'll find some interesting stuff on there because I know I follow it. Everybody else should.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big announcement about Heather Martinez, we have teamed up with her again for another year, and hopefully more years on down the road. She's plans to sponsor us again, so hopefully we can help build her, and she's helping build us. And as long as we are both built together, then guess what? Then it's a win-win situation for all the student athletes, not only in this area, but as Edward will say, across the state. And it gives us the opportunity to better promote these student athletes the best ways that we know how. And talking about a student athlete, and again, though, the views are really crazy right now. Good numbers. Thank you again for the viewers. And as soon as I said that, we jumped up more. Wow. I like the numbers right now. But again, a big shout out to our viewers. But talk about the student athletes. Let's talk about a really good one out of Millsboro. And we're thankful to get them on their show. And before we bring them on our show, Ryan, you agreed. Edward, you agreed. We're talking about week one performances. Now, Millsboro, what do we call that? Millsboro's always been a great tradition. That statement game, or that just Millsboro saying, we're Millsboro?
I was going to bring up, we'll take what you said, statement. I mean, you talk about the history of Breathitt County. I mean, talk about two powerhouses that used to be 1A schools back in the day. Two powerhouses in the mountains, you could say. I mean, Middleborough showed what they can do. And of course, Friday they got their game canceled because of lightning and everything. But I am going to bring up what I did post on our Facebook page Friday night about what Middlesbrough and Gowdy County did do to honor Coach Philip Haywood.
Great picture. But while we're at it, are we ready to bring on the man of the hour?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If Everett says we're ready, we're all ready. I know this guy's ready. Deacon, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Uh, uh, Deacon, I'm telling you, we was talking a little bit about Millsboro before we got you out of the greenhouse, and I'm sure there wasn't no food in the greenhouse over there. And Everett always goes in there, eats all the food, gets all the treats, and so maybe we'll be able to save some food eventually for our guests. But you got to blame that on Edward. But we was talking just about the game, which of course you got your game Friday night canceled. We was backing up to the game one against Breathitt County, and I was just overwhelmed by just that was not easy task. That was not easy win. That was that was just a really, really solid win against a really, really good football program. So, just tell us a little bit about that game.
Yeah, so the week going into it, I think it was Rivals. They gave us like a 7% chance to win that.
Yeah.
And kind of throughout that whole week, I was kind of preaching about it, and the whole team, even the coaches, was like, we got a 7% chance. We just got to go in there and play with a chip on our shoulder, and that's kind of what we did, and we just took care of business.
Well, you absolutely took care of business, and you was a big part of that, taking care of business, because you personally took care of a lot of business yourself, and just the atmosphere. And I'm not calling you an old guy. I know you've got maybe another year. I believe you're a junior, I believe. So I know you still got another year under your belt. But these first, your first game of the season, do you get butterflies, or now you just sort of used to it? You still get that first game excitement.
Yeah, I think it comes with having love for the game. You still get excited to play, but now that I'm older, and I'm a lot older than normally the people that we play, like the freshman and sophomore, yeah, I'm not as worried about making mistakes. But yeah, you definitely still get butterflies.
Okay, and
So, Mark, I want to interrupt you real quickly. You was talking about week one performances. Now, Deacon, you probably know this a little bit better than I do, but I think you had 238 yards passing, and I think you totaled for 6 or 7 of your team's total touchdowns by passing, running it. So I mean, he was just all over the field.
so what have you did over the summer? And you've always been a great athlete, and what have you did over the summer to improve your body to put you in the position you are right now?
Yeah, so over the summer, kind of after a sophomore slump, I kind of was like just kind of started working a little harder and started going to all these extra trainers, and like even Coach Barty, he helped me a little bit when he got done coaching at Corbin. He started holding these like academy football camps, and he kept having me and helping me read coverages. And then Coach Clark Payne, he kind of was a big step in that too. And I got a trainer over there in Knoxville named Tony Colson, which is the Gunslinger Academy. He kind of worked with me a lot, and it was kind of more of me just getting in a state of mind where I know that I'm older than these kids, and that I know I can play ball and play ball at the next level. So I just got to keep playing.
Absolutely, Edward Rock.
Let's see if I'm not cough while trying to talk. I've had that cough all day. But looking at your schedule, I know Friday got canceled, but what's your schedule? How's it going to shape up kind of for competition-wise before you get into district play?
I'm not going to overlook any team, but after not being able to play Garrett, there's a that we could go undefeated in the playoff.
Yeah, and then talk a little bit about Coach French. How's he changed the atmosphere there at Middlesbrough?
He just knows how to really just play ball, and he just knows how to keep us all calm and just understand the fundamentals of the game. And even all the coaches, even shout out Larry Kyle, he even helps too. But really with Coach French, he just helps us all understand, and especially when we go over film, he sees things that like no ordinary person would be able to point out. So that's definitely a big thing for us to have a coach like that.
Yeah, did Edward knows where I'm going with this because I ask it all the time. In Middlesbrough or Bell County alone, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
Let's see, probably like restaurant, like dine-in.
Dine in, fast food, anything like that.
Probably either Shades or Ox. But if we go across the tunnel, then my favorite is Frosty Mug.
You
I have
cannot
to.
go wrong with Frosty Mug.
It is good. I love it. But it was
When you say Frosty Bug, you're jumping in Amber's alley right there. That's the only thing he talked about. Frosty Bug, let's go Frosty Bug. Let's go. Yeah.
My favorite place to eat around here.
have the
That's
best
when
milkshakes.
you're on the other side of the tunnel, you have to stop there and eat. I mean, that's just a given. But I am looking at your schedule. Are they going to try to reschedule the Garrett game for like a Saturday, or are y'all just going to finish out the season with like 9 games?
I say schedule it, but I think Garrett and us just kind of settled on games or just not play.
So have you? I know. I think it's Friday. You all get to make the trip up to Leslie County to play them. So have you had a chance to look in at them any this season?
It might have been last week of the first week, the game where Williamsburg played them, and that's really the only time that I've been able to look at. But I played on my freshman year at Bonneville, and they get a whooping. But it's a different team. I'm with a different team, a better team, and we're definitely gonna go up there and show who we are because we haven't been able to play a game in almost 3 weeks, so we're definitely antsy about the game.
And if I ain't mistaken, when I talked to you at the Breathitt County game, I think you said that you had, was it your shoulder that you had injured last season?
I dislocated my left elbow.
Oh, your elbow. So are you feeling like you're back to being 100% now?
Yeah, I mean, every now and then it'll feel weird and feel like it's gonna like pop out, but Byron David gives me reinsurance that it's not going to, so it just gives me more morale that I'm gonna be able to do it and nothing's gonna happen to me.
So you did have Blake comment saying DK4, so shout out the man from Hustle Hoops there. But I scroll through your schedule, and there's always, for some reason, there's 2 games my eye lands on every time, and it's the October 24th and October 31st game. You have Harrison County at Harrison County that I think you play Lexington Sayer at home, I believe. So that's 2 real tough games. So I just got to ask you about how, the coaches set up your schedule this year playing the caliber of competition you had to play.
No, I think it's definitely going to benefit us in the long run because we'll be able to play 2 really good opponents before we go into the state playoffs, and then that'll be able to open our eyes once we enter the state playoffs to kind of realize that, we've played this good competition before. There's no reason we can't compete now.
So you had Hunter Adams said Larry Kyle, shout out, and Brian David. Wow.
They're two.
But I've got to cover you. See you play since your freshman year, and I have to say, the improvement is there, game in, game out, just like what Mark was talking about. So, are you just a one sport guy? You just play just football only?
Well, as of last year, yeah, I only played one sport, but back at Palmville, I was playing baseball. But I'm kind of thinking about playing basketball this year, just to be able to play with some of my friends like Makai and Malachi and Joseph Killian before they all graduate and not be able to play with them ever again.
So, in the off season, do you do like any type of, I don't know if they've got like AAU or travel ball for football? Do you do any of that, or is it just like straight workouts?
It's mainly straight workouts, but I think this year I'm gonna play some of them winter 7-on-7s and then travel along them. I have a team that I can just go into, but I just haven't really done it because I've been mainly focused on my season and helping leading a team go to state. That's really our big goal this year is to try to make it as far as we can and give people like a reason to know Millsboro football again.
Absolutely. So, final question I got for you before I get you over to Mark is: tell me what like your favorite aspect about football is.
Probably the adrenaline you get when playing the game, and just the adrenaline you get after doing something big and everybody cheering you on, and just knowing that you were like a big reason that this happened or a big reason that you won the game.
Absolutely. But Mark,
Deacon, I'm older than dirt, and maybe you could help me out with this one. Is the field still called Lee Majors Field, or has that been changed?
No, I think it's still that, but I'm at Radnor Stadium.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this again. I'm older than dirt. Do you know who Lee? Do you know who who he is?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know of him, but there's
Yeah.
our high school with like this big plaque of his jersey and kind of like a memorial of him.
Well, I used to watch his show. I'm having a brain hiccup right now. What was it, like the $2 million man or the $1 million man? Or
I couldn't even tell you.
I know that was what I'm older than dirt. I was young watching that show, but I absolutely enjoyed watching it. He was like one of my and I always thought the world. I love them shows. I just had to ask you that. And just I want to go back to $1 million man. There we go. Thank
dude,
There you
you.
go. Somebody commented for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So hopefully they ain't as old as me, but but they knew who it was. And that was a good show. I liked that. And but absolutely me and my mom, we just sat there and watched it religiously, couldn't get enough of it. But back to the Millsboro football, and again, I'm really impressed with what I've seen on the field. And you even spoke of it. A lot of people in the media was sort of doubting you, and you spoke of it, sort of gave you a chip on the shoulders. And so now, I know you're just far from reaching, your potential. So, what can you do as a team to get better?
Honestly, just still working, getting more team bonding, and just doing things together as a team, and just really just building our relationship and our chemistry up, and just going out there and playing football just like we've all grown up to be able to do.
Yeah, that's just again what I seen was just incredible. Um, we're going to ask of you a favor. I know you got a lot of things on your agenda right now, but I don't know if you're really familiar with her show. But what we started it last year. We did like a field of 64 of our favorite restaurants. I think Texas Roadhouse won the national championship with us. We still didn't get no free coupons, Texas Roadhouse. We're waiting for them. But now we're doing our favorite sports movies. So what we're going to ask of you, if you don't care, could you do some voting for us? We'll show you like the matchups and just give us your vote on it. And then I think afterwards, I think Edward will probably have you some things made up.
Let's see. Trying to get them to pull up here.
Rocky,
Play the bench warmer.
bench warmers.
Let's see.
I love Rocky, but bench warmers.
You got Space Jam 2. That's the LeBron James version against the way back.
Oh, definitely Space Jam.
And then Major League 2, the Wild Thing version against the program.
Definitely the Major League. I grew up on a lot of baseball movies.
The last, and you said crossover?
No, Rocky 2.
Oh, Rocky 2. Okay. Well, Robbie said Rocky 4 is the best. Robbie, I agree with you. I do like Rocky 4. The training in the snow, the old school style. The beer. Daniel, I agree with you there. The program's a really good movie. I'm the one who picked that to put on the field of 64. The program's really, really good. But that's another one of them old school movies. I didn't want to ask Daniel his age. He might get mad at me, but I know us old fogers. I'm sure we like the program Blue Chips. Yeah, like even last week, I think a League of Their Own went down by like maybe a cartoon or something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, Daniel ain't older than me, thankfully, but Deacon, again, thank you for doing your voting and all that stuff. And I believe Edward's probably got some things to show you.
I do. So before I show you a couple graphics we put together for you, I got one final question for you.
All
So
right.
through your time playing football, this can go all the way back to passing the football in your backyard, playing at a park, or anything. What would you consider your favorite all-time memory?
All-time memory was probably my seventh grade year in middle school when nobody really thought of us and we went out and won the district and went pretty far in the state playoffs. That's probably my favorite.
Not to interrupt your next question, Edward, but Daniel put 42 up there. Because he put program and then he put 42. He might have meant the movie 42. So we might have got his age wrong. I'm sorry, Daniel, if we got your age wrong. So you might have been talking about the movie, not like Jackie Robinson.
So
Age, okay.
So we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is kind of our way of saying thank you for taking your time to come on. But I got a favor to ask you. Out of the two graphics I show you, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
All right. Is that the first one?
That's
Definitely.
the first one.
But I like both of them. The first one's good, but the second one's just, I don't know. Second one just gives off some better energy.
Yeah, the lightning strikes. Thank you, Deacon. Thank you.
I'll get both of them sent over to you, and then we will also post them on all of our social media sites. And Deacon, if there's anything that I can do to try to help better promote you, please, you reach out to me. Have Robbie reach out to me. Any type of milestone you hit this season or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, because that's what I want to do is get your name out there the best way that I know how. So anything I can do to help you, please feel free. But on that note, I'm going to tell you that I'm looking forward to getting out to Cover-Ins again this season, and I want to wish you and your team the best of luck the remaining part of your season.
Thank you.
Hey,
Right.
I just want to say, best of luck to you and your team the rest of the season, and we hope to see you at Kroger Field the first weekend of December.
Yeah, I hope to see myself there too.
Deacon, if you wind up, bring the hardware home, I'm gonna ask you a personal favor. Them little chocolate Hershey bars and stuff, sling them my direction, and just throw Ryan and Edward them little peppermint candies. I don't want to. Give me like the Mr. Good bars and the Twix bars and stuff like that. And they'll take. Well, at least I could ask them. I ask you first, right, Deacon?
Yeah.
Okay, so that has to pull some weight. But seriously, thank you for coming on. I know you got a lot on your platter. You got a team to lead, and you got a thing called school also. And I'm sure that you love school like everybody else does. But I gotta get up early in the morning too. But again, thank you for giving us your time. And just like Edward said, Edward or Ryan, either one. When you make your milestones or do anything like that, let us know about it. Let's put you out there. Let us uh do what we can, and then when you get that Division I scholarship and stuff like that, then if you want to slip us some free tickets, you can. If you want to, well, we'll take them. But again, just personally, thank you for coming on. Good luck you individually, and good luck to your team, and just go win it all.
Thank you. See y'all.
See you.
Let's see.
That was a good interview. That was a good interview. But
Absolutely.
we knew it was going to be a good interview. He's a ball player, folks, and the stats show it. And that was a monster win there they had 2 weeks ago, and he knocked it out of the park. Let's be honest. We'll all say, "Oh, we knew Millsboro was going to win," but let's be honest. There wasn't too many people that was giving them a shot to win that game. People thought Breathitt County was going to go in there and take it to them. But Millsboro said, I don't think so. And that's a powerful statement, game right at the beginning. And then again, he hit something else out of the park that I absolutely loved. He said, we're not going to overlook anybody. Us as media, we can overlook stuff. And, I mean, you go down that schedule, and there's a real good chance that they're going to win several games, and they're going to probably be pretty heavy favorites in some of them games. And then you're like, how that going to position them? The RPI, we all know how the RPI shapes everything out. And you run that table if they can, but they're not going to overlook anything. If you can run that table, then you're thinking, where are we at in the RPI? And then the question is, what we've seen against Breathitt County, how many single A schools going to come to Millsboro and run over them?
Yeah, I mean,
There's a real possibility here, folks, especially if they keep building.
I did the research right before we brought him on. Middlesbrough actually leads that series 9-6 since 1998, as far as KSAA will go back.
And I mean, I know Edward's looking at stuff, but there's some really good single A schools out there. But I like what I've seen. They got a great coach. They got great players like Deacon. They've got a really, really nice running back down there. And I'm telling you, it's not only just them two players. It's a complete team. I like them up front. They push the ball. I mean, you break that Breathitt County game down, and they're pushing boys that look much bigger than them back. And they're like, and when, I mean, they was getting a lot of push up front. And that shows low leverage, good coaching. And we know that Millsboro's got one of the best in the business up there, and he's only going to make them better. And I'm telling you, this team is going to be dangerous, real dangerous when it's all said and done. And they're going to get better and better and better and better. And Deacon's a big reason why. And but you got anything else to say about Deacon before we switch gears here?
No,
other than go ahead, Ryan.
I was about to say, and then I got coughed up. But, I mean, I'll go back to what I said, I think it was last week, when you got Coach French at number 3 in the wins in the all-time history of the state of Kentucky. And you got one right up the road, north, that is number 2. How many times can you say you have 2 in the same county that is in the top 3 in the state's history and wins? That shows you how powerful both of them coaches are.
So, the biggest thing I'm going to say is I've watched this young man for quite a few seasons now. And each year you can see the drastic change in him. So you can see that he puts in the work, he's dedicated to the game. And then you just heard him that he was going to try to play basketball and stuff this season. So, I mean, that's even going to help him even be even more better for next year. So, I'm excited to see what the future holds for him and his team this season.
Like, scratch off the Louisville area. Well, let's erase the Louisville area. And here's a good trivia question. When is the last time one county has legitimately 2 teams that can legitimately win state? in the same county in different classes. We're not talking Louisville.
I mean, I could probably think of one right off the top of my head. Probably you're looking at when it was one
Titletown, maybe Bull County, Danville, maybe at some point
when
in
it was
time.
when Danville was 1A Danville and 3A Bull County at that time would probably
Yeah.
be my guess. I don't know if anywhere else has a shot like that. Maybe that's something
So in
Edward
other
can.
words, it's been a few years. It's been
Yeah.
quite a few years since that would have been achieved.
Yeah. If ever. But maybe
If
Belpre, is Belpre and Pikeville, I guess, they're probably same county, ain't they?
Yeah, they are. They're both
Yeah,
in the same
there's
county.
probably another duo right there that could have possibly pulled that off recently. But I mean, it
that
don't
would
happen
still
much.
been 5+ years ago.
Yeah, it just don't happen much, and I guarantee you both teams will say they're taking it one game at a time. But early on, both teams look really good, and that's not taking nothing away from Powell. They had a really good win opening the season too, and there's just a lot of good football talent in Bill County, and I've always thought what would happen if they did a Mercer County deal and combined all schools into one. How that would be, that would be unimaginable. There's a lot of talent in the Bill County areas for football. They improve it every year because they normally have three really good, football squads. But good luck to him, and I was very impressed what him and his Millsboro team did. But let's shift gears and Ryan and Edward, I need your help on this. Let's give a shout out to our photographers. We've not given them no love tonight. Keisha Hamburger, Jonah Deaton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Mater's Memories, Chrissy Brassfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Shanda Whitehead, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, E. Hall Photography, Ryan Garnett Photography, and am I missing any?
Yes, you were missing Wildflower Frames Photography from out of Jackson County, Nevaeh from here in Bell County, and then I can go on for probably about the next 3 hours for photographers that has gave me permissions throughout the state of Kentucky.
Ryan, you
Of
got
course,
him?
I don't know if did you say Bobby Cornett Photography?
Yes, Bob Cornett.
Yeah, I think my focus is a little bit before while you were saying some of them.
Do you have any photographers on your mind you can send them a little love to?
Not at the moment. I think you probably nailed all of them.
But our next guest had something to pop up last minute. We're not going to be able to get them on our show, and we just didn't really have enough time to fill in the second spot. But had a really good interview with Deacon, and I guess what we're going to do from here, we're going to have her own little vote on our favorite movie and favorite movie titles, and then we're going to probably talk a little bit about some of the other sports going around, and then I guess we'll call it a show.
Well, for some reason my screen is still froze, but I don't know if it's still y'all can still see me, but I can still hear y'all.
Yeah, we see just fine.
Yeah, my it's kind of froze. It's kind of been stubborn again tonight.
I can't believe that I'm going to say this. I agree 100% about what Robbie said. Rocky 4 is the best. I wasn't a big fan of Rocky 5 because actually they had painted about I don't know, I guess where he is that the one that he fights Mason Dixon, I believe so. Am I right about that one? Edward, are you there?
I believe so.
I believe
It's been a
that's
minute since I've watched Rocky 5.
yeah.
I'm more on 2 and 4 than I am the rest of them.
I am too. So I didn't think I would ever vote against Rocky, but I'm gonna go bench warmers on this. It's hilarious and it's just a really really good fun movie to watch.
Now, I'm a huge Rocky fan, but again, Rocky 5 was probably one of my least favorites out of the bunch, so I'm probably going to have to go bench warmers myself.
That's who I went with. His bench warmers was yours. Which one was yours, Mark?
Bench warmers. Ryan was Rocky 5 was the one that he fought Mason Dixon and
I think that's the newest movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Rocky 5 was when he fought Tommy Gunn.
Yes, there we go.
There we go. I still didn't like that either because it wasn't in the boxing ring. They just street fought. Come on, get in the ring. No Yo Adrian or anything. Well, I think he did Yo Adrian at the end. Ever know? I don't even. I'm honestly, I'll be lying to you. I've not watched The Way Back. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm going to put Space Jam 2 here.
Listen, I've watched The Way Back. It's a pretty good show too, but I'm going to go with Space Jam 2.
I'm gonna go with The Way Back because one, I'm not a LeBron fan, never have, never will be, so I have to go with The Way Back.
This is one of the hardest votes in the history of votes.
The program.
God Almighty.
I made it simple for you, Mark. It's the program, hands down.
I didn't think I'd ever go against the Wild Thing, but it has to be the program. My goodness, if anybody watch the program, you'll know what I'm talking about.
That's who I
It
went with.
is a good movie.
I went with the same. I couldn't go against it either.
Rocky 2, and it's Rocky 2 3 times on Sunday.
Have you even ever watched Crossover, Mark?
Yes, I have. I'm talking
Crossover
Rocky 2. Adrian gets put in the hospital, and she looks at Rocky and says, "Win." And he said, "What?" He said, "Win." And then the bells go off. Ding! My God, every time I hear that, I can wear under a wall. My goodness. Then he goes to training. Yeah. Wins the belt. Yeah. I'm ready to wear under a wall right now.
I love the crossover myself, but again, Rocky 2 is one of my favorites. So I gotta go Rocky 2.
Well, thank you.
That's why I went with as well because one, I've never seen a crossover.
Oh, Ryan, yep. Your homework for this week is you have to watch Crossover.
If I can find it on my file stick, I will try to do that.
Rocky 2 is probably.
If not, if you'll find it for me, I'll watch it.
I've got it on DVD.
All right, so the next time I see you, you can bring it to me. I'll watch it and I'll bring it back to you.
But Rocky 2 is arguably. I always said Rocky 4 is my favorite. Then Rocky 2, but there's not much separation with them. I really like Rocky 2. I just always did like that movie.
Rocky 4 is Dolph Lundgren, right?
Yeah, the Russian.
I don't think there's no harder training than when he's running in the snow, slinging an axe. He's not using actual weight equipment. He's doing.
He's doing old school rocks and snow and
making the car wreck in the snow. I mean, come on now, how many people can outrun a car and make it wreck in the snow?
Yeah, and Adrian says, "I'm with you, no matter what," and Rocky's like, "No matter what, no matter what, no matter what." And,
and that's when the training happens.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just cannot beat that. You just them moments and then that training, that music. Oh, yeah. Rocky 4, that was just a whole package: the music, the training. If he dies, he dies. Oh, yeah. You can't beat that. Now I'm in a Rocky mood all of a sudden. So Ryan, give us their totals.
Oh, what? Let's see if I can pick the paper up. I've been having a hard time holding on to things today. Our first matchup, and I'm gonna go by the bracket because I put them wrong on the thing. But the program won 7-2. Rocky 2 won 7-0.
Rocky who won 7 to who?
Across Rocky 2 won 7-0. Bench 1 was won 5-1. And I'm disappointed in this one. Space Jam 2 won 5-3.
Space Jam 2 is liable to win it all.
Thank you, Amy, for saying Rocky 2. And yeah, I'll buy you dinner later or something. I don't know, but thank you for that. Yeah, Rocky 2 is a good show, folks. Yeah, Rocky.
Listen, deduct that you might not be a LeBron fan. That is still one heck of a movie, regardless how you slice it.
Yeah,
I do like the movie regardless.
I do like Space Jam 2. It was a close one to the original Space Jam. Normally you can't beat the original. Like sort of like your graphics. It's hard to beat the original, but LeBron was a very, very close second with that. I'd say a close second. It's not near as good as the original.
Especially when Damian Lillard comes in and he just like stopping everything, dropping it like a dime.
Sort of like how it'd be. Yeah.
No, nowhere near.
But I had a good show tonight, and before we give our final thoughts here, we got other sports. We got cross country on now. We got soccer going on now. We got volleyball going on now. That's the ones that unless I'm missing things. I believe I saw some other things going on. Again, I'm having the hiccups. Am I missing a sport here, Ryan?
Golf.
Yeah, golf. Okay, yeah. Because I was reading about a golf team, a regional golf team that won the 2A deal. I'd have to look. But again, there's a lot of sports going on right now. The Corby volleyball, folks, looks really good right now, and we know Whitley's good. We know Harlan County's good. It's going to be fun seeing how all that pans out, during the course of the year. Williamsburg soccer, big shout out to Williamsburg boys soccer, going up there. They had a pretty good driver. Go to Rowan County and goes up there and beats Johnson Central in the pouring rain. And now guess where they're headed, folks? Next Saturday to Owensboro. And I don't know exactly who that they're matched up with. But I'm telling you, Whitley soccer is real, really good right now. And that's a team to watch out for. And then in girls soccer, it's we do for the get go. There's a lot of good talent. You got the Norths, you got the Corbins, you got there's a lot of really South. There's really good teams and girls also. And again, I can't wait to see how all this pans out. But again, a big shout out to Whitley County Soccer, and good luck to them Saturday as they just go win the 2A. Maybe don't throw the chocolate candies out to me and stuff. But Ryan and Edward, give us your thoughts on any of the other sports other than football.
This is something I'm going to start, and I've not talked to y'all about this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it every week. I'm going to take a different team from outside of the 13th region. And I'm going to talk about what they did so far. I brought up the stats before you came on the show tonight. Talking about Trinity's boys soccer team, they're 11-0 on the season. They have scored 54 points all year long, and they've given up 2 all year long. They'll average like 4.9 goals a game. I mean, I can't wait to just see how they do the rest of the season. You might be looking at a state champion and may go undefeated. And then let me get up my quote off my phone here because I forgot to write it down today. My final quote is, champions keep playing until they get it. Billie Jean King, and then also he's got four speed of all the actions in the several different sports. Go out, cover these athletes. Don't just sit at the house. Get out and go cover them like they're supposed to be.
Edward, what's your thought on what you're seeing other than football? We talked a little football, and just with what you're seeing in cross country and what you're seeing in volleyball, soccer, etc.
Well, volleyball, I've got to see a couple games, and I think there's a lot of teams that I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to shape up come region time, because you see a lot of potential in a lot of these teams, especially where some of them is real young, some of them is senior led. So, I'm just looking forward to seeing how it shapes up. Soccer, I haven't got to get to that many. I did get to cover a boys' game and a girls' game, a doubleheader, pouring down the rain, which the photos are also on All Sports Media Photography, which was Whitley County versus Millsboro boys, which was a very good game. Whitley won that one. And then I got to watch Middlesboro play Bell and girls, which was a very good game. And so, that was a tough battle also in the rain. Whitley won that one. But then cross country is what I've got to cover the most so far this season. And I have to tell you, them young men and women pour their heart out just as much as anybody else does. And I got to give a big shout out. I don't know the young man's name, but in the Williamsburg trading event that they just went to, he lost his shoe and still finished his race. So I got to give him a big shout out. But, Mark, I'm going to leave you with this. It's not the will to win that matters. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Paul Bear Bryant.
Can't go wrong to Bear, for sure. You can't. Yeah, absolutely. And, it's funny. One coach sort of wins. I'd have to really check my stats, but again, my brains get relaxed at 48, possibly. I'm thinking 48. Kentucky football wins the Sugar Bowl. I think they beat Oklahoma, and basically at that point in time was the national championship. Then you have, I think, Kentucky that won a national championship in basketball under Adolph Rupp. And the folk story, or the again, somebody will probably prove me wrong on this, but the tale I heard is one got a car, the other one got a watch. One leaves, one builds Alabama up. Well, he goes to Texas A&M first, and then goes on to Alabama and builds Alabama's program up. Our football program sort of falls off into shambles, and we become a basketball school. And I guess that's the end of the tale. But a lot of people don't know Bear Bryant was at Kentucky and had some really good football teams at Kentucky. Sort of makes you wonder how Kentucky football would have been today if Bear Bryant would have stayed. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it might have been a cross. Maybe we've been a football school. So, well, I'm not going to say we're a basketball school, because then we'll have, we're also football. Well, we might have won a few more. I'll just keep it close. I don't want to start that argument up. But you cannot go wrong with the Bear, for sure. But great show. Edward, you brought it. Ryan, you brought it. Deacon brought the love. The views was crazy. Thank you to our viewers. And we see we got views going on right now. We're just rambling. But again, thank you for all the views. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to all of our photographers. Thank you to everybody that's helped out and just gives us a helping hand. We're very small budget, if any budget at all, and we appreciate all the assistance that we get at times, and we greatly appreciate it. But that being said, You haven't taught until they've learned. One of the all-time greatest that's ever did, John Wood. From all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.